Israel has a big problem in terms of its perception around the world. I think the Palestinians are doing an extraordinary job at creating a narrative. Unfortunately, in the realm of social media, things like identity is the main factor that influences whether you support Israel or any other cause in your life or not, rather than the facts.
You've had a huge impact on the narrative with a simple, very compressed idea. Hamas is ISIS. It's maybe the only compressed counter narrative to from the river to the sea.
People don't understand the essence, the DNA, and the basic narrative of like the Palestinians, because Palestine was never a country. It was never a people. It was the name of a region in which Jews lived in it, and Arabs lived in it, and all other like types of people lived in it, but Druze, for example, and they were all considered Palestinians. My great grandmother was a Palestinian, but she was Jewish and she lived in Jerusalem. But because I'm rooted in reality and I'm a liberal, I actually don't care if they want to define themselves as a people. That's okay to me. My demands are pretty basic. I want to live peacefully and in full security. This is the Palestinian education. So first and foremost, I think the best way to demonstrate that my claim is UNRWA, right? So this is the UN human rights organization that is aimed to take care of the Palestinians, refugees from the war of 1948. The Palestinian Refugee Agency was never closed. It still exists today. It's not part of the UNCHR, the UN International Refugee Agency that takes care of all the refugees around the world, except for the Palestinians. It leaves the Palestinians as refugees mentally and in 1948, because even if you were born today in the West Bank, where your great parents were born as well, you're still considered a refugee. It's the education. It's the notion that every Palestinian that is born today in the West Bank in Gaza grows on this narrative that, you know, any day now you'll go back to your home because you're a refugee. So the Americans, they did like denazification. I think that's what should be done with the Palestinians. So we create a new, not Israel. Israel shouldn't do that. I don't think that Israelis should do that, and not the U.S. as well. But I do think that they should get different education that raises them, these children, the next generation, to understand that there are two peoples that live here from the river to the sea, and killing each other is not the solution. And we also seen case studies of that in the Sunni Muslim world, for example, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Emirates, how they de-radicalized their education system to be less fanatic, how they control the mosques and what is being told in the mosque by the imams. And they also, we saw that in the Abraham Accords, how Emirates, you know, they changed their books in schools from, you know, Jews are the biggest enemies according to the Quran to, you know, we are all the sons of Abraham.
The Saudi Arabian elites are now offering a perspective on Israel that the rest of the world can't say, which is that this is a tough neighborhood where the rules of the West do not apply. And if you want liberalism, you have to be fairly draconian in de-radicalizing and suppressing what is a completely intolerant, you know, 14th century mindset.
I couldn't phrase it better than you. You know, people say sometimes the shortest road is the longest one. And I think this is it. I think the shortest road is to re-educate them. It will take a generation, maybe two, but like with the Nazis, I think we could create a society that will, Golda Meir said it best, that, you know, will love its kids more than it hates the Jews.